George, how are you? I thought it was gonna be you. How are you? I thought it, I No, I'm not in Shanghai. I'm not in Shanghai. I'm in Los Angeles. Yeah, yeah. My our team picked up the interview list, and then but just now when I was reading your resume, I was like, I know this George. This is the George that I know. That's oh yeah, this is so funny. This is funny. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so I'm looking after the Easy Labs, the Student Scout program. So that's I do all the initial interviews. Yeah, so but when I sent you the email, I didn't know. I didn't know it was you because the team picked out the team picked up the people we're gonna interview. So they gave me the email address. So that's why I just emailed you to set up a time. And then 10 minutes ago, I was preparing for this interview. I load up the resume. I was like, oh, New York University, George, Orbit Ventures. That sounds familiar. So awesome. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, how are you doing? Yeah. Okay. And how's Nick? Okay. Awesome. Awesome. What's happening with the Orbit AI? Yeah, because you were, I think last time when I exchanged messages with Nick, he was telling me that you guys are talking to the Binance listing team. Okay. So who are the founders on this project? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So they are still in conversations with Binance about listing? Yeah. Are you and Nick still part of the team? Okay, so you have stake, you have share, you have equity, but you no longer work with them. Okay, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so this Scout program is really for us. We want to hire a group of students who are currently on campus, and then they would be connected with each local startup community. The entrepreneur community on each campus, and then so the Scouts would hopefully they would. Hear about the latest cool projects, the latest cool startups, and they probably are closer to the founders, the student founders on campus, right? So we the idea is that the student scouts would feed us those projects, and then also um, um, increase the Easy Labs awareness and brand recognition on the campus. We're going to have somebody on campus talking about Easy Labs, introducing Easy Labs to the student community, and maybe even organize events where we could attend. Yeah, that's the gist about the program. And then what we offer to the scouts is, obviously we will invest in the projects that the scout bring to us. And in the process, you will get hands-on experience in terms of how to interview projects, how to evaluate projects, and then how decisions are made. And then after the investment happens, how do we support a project from startup to success? And then we are also so the scouts will also be given investment carry. So when we exit from the investment, then scouts can take a certain percentage out of that. So yeah, so that's the gist of the program. So hopefully it's gonna be a win-win. You will help us to access the student entrepreneur community, and then we will help you to grow professionally, and then maybe even offer financial rewards, right? So, 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 so hopefully it's a win-win situation. Yeah, 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 yeah. Which year are you in again? Sophomore. Sophomore. Yeah. And what's your plan after graduation? Yeah. Well, on your resume, it says that with the Orbit Ventures, you covered 10 portfolio companies. What would you do with them? Okay, yeah, and then you also do sourcing and do due diligence, right? So what kind of criteria do you use when you try to identify good projects? Oh, yeah. So, but how do you tell one team apart from other teams? Like, how do you say, okay, this is a successful team, the other one maybe not? Mm, yeah. So out of the, and you said you executed full due diligence on 4 deals, crafted 2 IC memos. Did they pass the ones that you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, out of all these deals, which one do you think that's most memorable for you and why? No, no, it doesn't have to be past. It's just, a memorable experience for you. You'll learn from it. Yeah. Curation AI. Yeah, what do they do? Okay, so they go to the internet and they source internet activities and then they match, they give you leads, they give you resources to say, okay, that sounds very useful. So what happened to this deal? Mhm. Okay, why is it memorable for you? Okay. So yeah. So okay. Yeah. So it sounds like a very useful resource. Yeah. Okay. Now, what did you do in that process? In the process of between you find him and then um between the contacting him to the decision making that we're gonna invest. Or what was your involvement? Mm, okay. Oh, what do you think about their product market fit? Yes. Mm-hmm. When did you guys invest? 2025. Yeah. So how have they been doing over the past few months, do you know? In terms of yeah, in terms of yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now in hindsight, do you think what do you think about their product market fit? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So this the VC that you're working with, the Orbit Ventures, they're based in Shanghai, but they're owned by foreigners, right? Yeah. Okay. Why are they in Shanghai? Okay. So it's Orbit Ventures Shanghai, but it's actually a subsidiary or a branch of a bigger fund. Yeah. SOSV. And where are they based? Ah, interesting. Interesting. SOSV. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let me just look them up. Um, I'm just curious. What are they doing in Shanghai? I mean, they want a part of action for the from the startups in China in China. Huh. SOSV is world's most active deep tech venture capital firm, investing at pre-seed with deeply resourced locations for founders in New York, Newark, and San Francisco. Was founded in 1995 by Sean O'Sullivan and is headquartered in Princeton, New Jersey, with additional offices in Cork, Pune, Shenzhen, and Tokyo. That's really interesting. Okay, awesome. Yeah, okay, cool, cool, cool. But the reason I asked that is because Easy Labs, although we many of us are Chinese, we haven't set up a fund in China yet. So I'm just curious, maybe that's something we should be doing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, George. Do you have any questions for me? Yeah. Um, I think there are different levels of performance, right? I think the first level is the level of activity. How many are you actively talking to people? Are you actively sourcing projects? Are you meeting founders? Are you are you actively promoting Easy Labs within your communities? So we would like to see, we would like to see that you are actively doing this kind of activities, right? So there's always constant flow of information going both ways. So that was the first level. And the second level, obviously, is once we identify the projects, then we would have to assess them. The various different criterias, right? Do they have a good do they have a good story? Do they have a sound market logic? and do they have a great technology, and how is the team? So we verify on those criteria, and we don't expect you to do that alone. We would handhold you, we would give you guidance to, and we will pair you up with a mentor, so that you get used to conversations like that. And then with your current experience with the venture, with the Orbit Ventures, you probably already have quite a lot of experience already. Yeah, and then so how involved are you in this decision making process? And then are you up to date? Are you contributing to those discussions? And are your opinions high quality? So that's another level. That's another level of criteria we would be looking at. And the third level is, after we make the investment, we don't just say, "Oh no, here's the money," and then don't talk to us again until we get rich, right? But so after we do the investment, we would there's also post-investment management. Management is the wrong word. It's probably more like post-investment collaboration or support. Support. I think support is, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. To see where, what they might need, and then what they might be missing, and then is there anything in our network that we could help them? So that's another area. So we would be looking for you to be active in all of those areas and add value in each of the step. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I think that given your experience in Orbit Ventures, you're probably very familiar with a lot of these processes. Yeah, yeah. Okay. But it sounds like you're gonna be moving around a bit after this, right? You're gonna be in you will be in Italy and then back in New York. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, of course, of course. Um, so when are you gonna go to Italy? Yeah, I can I see that. And then in January to May, you would be in New York. And then after that, you go back to Shanghai again? Okay, okay. How connected you are in the Shanghai community? Do you see a lot of entrepreneurs in Shanghai? Um, yeah, yeah. Okay. And the internship with the venture with Orbit Ventures, how long is that gonna continue? Oh, I see, I see, I see. Okay. Okay, awesome. Cool. All right. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, yeah, that would be great. Yeah. Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I will get back to you in about I'll get back to you by end of next week, regarding next steps, etc. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's not much we can control. So just you know, get our heads down, keep focus on our own work. Yeah. 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 All right. Great talking to you again. Yeah. All right. Take care and say hello to Nick for me. Okay. All right. You take care. Okay. Thanks. Bye.